Hello YouTube, we are back with another Computercraft tutorial slash showcase of a program that I made. Well, actually there's two, but I mean, yeah. So basically what we have is a couple programs that are on one computer, and then another program that is on another computer. So I'm going to have the second program on here, and then the first one here, and also on this turtle right there. Now, it basically allows you to remotely control computers. Now, I did do a showcase of this a while ago, or quite a while ago now, and it's basically like a not very up-to-date version, and I've done like a lot of things to the actual programs themselves, and I thought it was a great idea to just do like an update video on it. But I am going to showcase the entire thing again, so if you did miss the other video, then that won't be any, it won't really matter really. So yeah, let's just get started, and I'll just show you guys how it all works. So I'm just going to load up the mcontrol program right there, and edit this mcontrol program right here, and then change this to master RC, and as you can see, there's like a protocol right there, and it will allow you to basically like connect to other computers that are using the same protocol, and I'll just show you guys what I mean by that in a second. So if I do list, it will show that I've got like two computers that I can connect to, and the first one is number 3, or ID 3, and it's a computer, which is that one, which, I mean, it's a computer. And then the other one is ID 1, and is the turtle, so this one. So I'll just do help, and so you guys can see what the actual functions that you can do in this program are, and then I'll basically showcase them each off like one by one. Now I'm going to show you guys what the protocol program does next. Then I'll do the exit one, which, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll just like show it actually now. So it will basically just like exit to the that screen there, and basically exit out of the program. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Then we also have the connect program, which I'll showcase after I do the protocol one. Now I do have an aliasing set up for the list and also the protocol functions. So the list one is ls, that's another alias, and then the protocol one is just prot, just like that. Now if I do want to change the protocol on the remote computer. Now this like remote computer can literally be any computer you like. I'm just using a pocket computer just so it's a little easier to like demonstrate. So I'm gonna change the protocol to, let's just do it as test or something, and I've just entered that in, and as you can see before, when we did the ls, it would show these two computers right there, including like the turtle, which, I mean, it is a computer, but not really it's not called a computer in the game. But so if I do ls now, as you can see, nothing pops up, and that is because we've changed the RedNet protocol. Now if I terminate this program right here and then edit it, I do have a little handy protocol variable at the top right here, so you can change it very easily. All you really have to do is delete it, and then just, or delete the stuff in the actual quote marks or quotation marks, and then do it to whatever you want it to be, and then we can just run it again. And if I do it now, as you can see, we can actually see this turtle now. But if I just exit the program and go into it, now what this does is it will reset the protocol to the default protocol that's already in the actual program, and it's literally at the top of it as well. So let me just edit mremote, and as you can see, it will say Eniallator RC right there, and that is the protocol that I'm using. That's just like for default, really. But basically the reason that I implemented this is because if you do want to have like a completely like hidden or secret computer that does like some secret stuff, then you can. And that is one way of actually connecting to that computer to do various tasks that are secretive and whatever. But yeah, so that's a little protocol program for you, or the function for you. Now what I'll get into is I'll terminate this and go back to the master RC protocol. So I'll just do that, and then there, and there we go. Right, and then let's just run the mcontrol program once again. So then what we do, I'll basically just show you what the connect program does. So if we just type in connect, if I can find the E, there we go. And we will be prompted with the a message that says type in the ID of the computer you want to connect with. And the ID you can find by actually doing list. So if I don't put in any ID, it will say invalid ID, type list to list computers nearby. And that is one of the changes that I did from the previous update, was that I did a lot of error handling, and I made it overall look more, or look good, better, and a lot yeah, just like it's a lot like yeah, it's just better. I did like some rewording and like some more error handling as well, so that's all good. So if we just do connect to let's say to 1, because that's a turtle, and we do help, now we will actually have a list of programs that we can run on the turtle that we've already put into the turtle. So if we do file list right here, all it has is mcontrol, so that is literally the files that it has. Now this is it's not including directories, so if you do have a directory, it won't see it, and it won't actually list it right here. And you can't actually download or upload a directory as well, so that's just something to keep in mind. But if we do exit right here, and that will just break the connection from the turtle to the remote, so we can do ls again, not LSD. But if we go into the computer, or connect to the computer, what we can do is we can do file list here, and it's got test. Now the test program is something that I just wrote really quickly, and it doesn't really have much. So if we do just download by itself, it will prompt us with invalid syntax, and the correct syntax is download, and then file name, well, the name of the file to download, and then the file to, or the renamed file, or the name of the file that you want to download it as, if that makes sense. But I'll just download test, and then, because that's the program that we want to get, and then I'll name it as blah, let's say. And we've successfully downloaded the file, and we can just exit that again, and completely exit actually. And now we've got blah on our local computer. So let's just edit blah, and it will say just some random stuff, and it will, yeah, be that. So if you just run that, and it will say that. Now if I terminate this and edit test, because that's on here again, it's the exact same code. So that is a really simple little upload and /download feature right there. Now if you do want to test out the download or the upload feature, then you can, but I mean it's basically the same sort of syntax where you have to like select the file to upload, and then you you name it something else, or you name it. You can name it to save it as on the target computer, basically. So if I just terminate that, and then M control once again, and I just terminated the edit program, so that's why it's a little weird. But yeah, so that's basically how that works. Now, if you do want to like learn how to actually make your own programs for the control computer, then stick around. But I've got also like in the description I'll put like a link to both pastebins. But I've also got another pastebin with a few programs that I made myself, where you can basically just test them if you want to actually have a go. But it will basically have a cube program, so it will like mine out of cubes. So this is for the turtle, obviously. But then there's also dump items, which it uses the Ender storage mod by, I'm not sure, I think it's like CFH, not sure. Don't quote me on that. But then there's also a tree program, which will basically just mine out an entire tree. But there's also a move program as well, which will just move the turtle around to your heart's desire. But yeah, so that's basically what I've got in the description. But if you do want to learn how to actually make a program for your computer / turtle, whatever you have, you can even write a program for or you can have like your M control program on the pocket computer as well. But I'm not sure why you would want to do that, since it's not really that useful. But yeah, I'll just be right back once I get something set up for the actual writing your program on the control computer. So yeah, I'm just gonna be right back. And we are back, and I've just got set up with a I've just gotten set up with a edit program on the M control on the computer set up. And in this, I've just got the remote control program, or the remote program working. Now, if you do want to like know what the M stands for on like the M prot, and also like the M control and the M remote, whatever, that's just for like master, so master protocol, master remote, master control, whatever. And I just like named that like at first, and it sort of just stuck. But yeah, so this is what the contents of the control program looks like. Now I have commented it, so if you do want to sort of like try to understand what everything does, then you can, and you can just like read the comments there. But I'll go down to the very bottom, and we should see this else statement right here. Now I've got like an else if sort of thing going on, and that is basically how you make your own programs. So I'll go down to here, and I'll make a new line, so just like that. So just off of here, and I'll have an else if right here, and I'll make it so that if the else if equals or something, message1 equals let's just say test, because I mean it is a test, and then whatever you want to do in here. Now the message1 is basically what the remote computer, or the command line, what the input was. So the message1, as you can see, we are testing for file list, and that's going to be, or this is basically going to happen if it is file list, and also for like download and upload and so on and so forth. Now the way the reason that it's message1 is because I've actually separated it into arguments. So I've done all that for you guys. So if you do want to have like arguments after the program or whatever, then you can basically just go for message1. So that's the first argument, or the program that you want to run. And then if you want to do like message2, then you can, and that will basically be the second argument. and that will just go on and blah. But we can also like just test that and say if message 2 equals let's say test 1, let's say, then, and we'll do end at there, right there. And let's just say let's make like a variable for the output. So output equals, let's just do that, and then that's a bit too much lines. There we go. And I'll just like write something. And we're back quickly. I've just written a little simple thing right here, and that's basically just saying output equals blah, and output equals just like nothing at the moment right there. And if the second argument, so the first argument being program, so technically the first argument after the program, is 1, then it will add this is a to the output, or it will make the output this is a. And if the output equals, or if it doesn't equal that, then it will just say output equals output, and then with test at the end. So that is basically how that's how like little simple thing right there is. That's basically how I just wrote it right there. And it should, if I do send just test, plain test through, it will just say test, and if it's the second output is 1, it will say 1 as well, or it will say this is a test. But yeah, so the way that I'm actually sending it through is just by doing this. Now the main thing right here is I'm doing rednet.send, but you need to do, if you are doing this on your, if you are making like a program right here, then you do have to keep in mind that you have to do connect ID right here, unless you've got like a preset ID that you want to like send some information to or something. But if you do want to send it right back to the control computer, then you have to do connect ID right there, or else it will not work. But you also have to do mprot right here at the last argument right there. And that's just because I'm just like using a protocol, and if you don't use the protocol, then it won't work as well. And like the actual like message won't actually get through. So that's pretty bad. But yeah, so let's just save that and go back to the exit, and I'll show you guys what it'll do. So let's just run mcontrol and exit out of this, and I was just testing a little bit of things. And I'll just exit right here as again, just so we can do a fresh screen. But let's just connect with ID3. So that's the this is that computer right here. So that's ID3. And I'll go into test. So let's just do test. And as you can see, it will only say test back. But if we do test and then 1, it will say this is a test. So that's all good, and it's working. So that's really cool. But if we do want to, I've also added like another feature. So if we do edit mcontrol again, and go back down to our test little program that we made. So all the way back at the bottom, and here we go. So I've also made a really cool little thing, and I'll just show you guys after I make a table right here. So I'll make a table right here. So table equals, and let's just name it. Oh, we need to send through our bit of information first. So what we want to display in green on the remote program. So output right there. And then the next bit is going to be a prefix for the next line. So if you do want to have like a prefix, so like before you have like the ID of the actual computer on the next line, so that bit right there, then you can. So we'll put let's just put hello or hello. There we go. And let's just send that through, and let's just save that, and whoops. Save that, and exit, and then let's just run the program once again. And we'll run this again. So exit out of this, and then connect to ID3 again. So now what if we do connect, what will happen, or now if we do test, what will happen is we'll actually be in hello. So that is just like a cool little way. If you do want to have functions within programs, then you can, and you can have like a while loop or whatever going on in the program, and just like waiting for another receive. So that is a really cool way of doing it. But yeah, so that's basically how that works. And I'll just go out of I'll just do test one, just so you guys can see once again. But like nothing will happen if you do like something else here. It's just like the command line, but because I haven't really set it up to do anything yet. But you guys can do whatever you like, and that's the beauty of it. But yeah, so if you did like this, be sure to thumbs up and rate, comment, and subscribe. But that is the program, so the remote and control programs for you guys. I hope you guys did enjoy them. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and peace.